Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's your boy Blur Day back in another video, and I want to talk about one of my favorite Lego brands that has been going on for 13 years now, guys. Jeez, um, and that is to Ninjago. I want to talk about Ninjago a bit. I don't know how long this video will be, but I just kind of wanted to express my opinions on it now. Like, don't worry, I still like the franchise, right? Um, like, like I said, Ninjago is like one of my favorite IPs in Lego. Like, especially like, um, it's very rare for an original franchise to come into Lego, right? Because most of the time, like, yes, I love the Marvel stuff, I love the Star Wars stuff. Sometimes I like the DC stuff that come from like movies, TV shows, wherever. But like Ninjago, and the fact that the Lego sets are based off of the TV series makes it that more special, right? Because it was the other way around. Because you would think like, like this is based off of like the sets or whatever. But like, again, you can think about anything, right? Like, um, but I have stated a few times on the channel here that I don't really keep up with the current Ninjago stuff, right? And I think I'm just gonna put a stop to there because honestly, they made a new series, which is, I know it's a continuation, but up to this point, it's pretty much season 16, right? Wasn't I don't think season 16 was crystallized, right? Like I think that was 15. I don't know. You know, the animation really changed in season 11 when um Netflix kind of got the rights to it, like because again they made a separate series on that, but of course it's still season 11 continuing on to 15. um and We Film in recent years has shut down, so I don't keep up with the current, like, animation status, like who's in charge of it now. That's the thing. I don't know if I still want this franchise to continue because, like, again, it's one of those successful IPs in Lego, right? Like, anytime you mention the word Ninjago to a kid, like their eyes would lit up. Like, geez, like I really do miss the good old days of Ninjago, right? Like, especially like the old designs. I think like that whole arc with the animation style really ended with season 10. Now, you guys thought I was going to say season 7, right? I mean, for you guys, if it ended there, like that's fine. It's your opinion, I respect it. Um, what I love about this show too is that it brings more realism to this, right? Like, it's not like your stereotypical little kid show. Really, like this show has, let's just say, a lot of dark moments. Honestly, even for a kid show, and like, that's something that I love and appreciate, right? And the fact that they still use like the minifigures and the sets, they made the sets more realistic looking in the show, right? And that's something that I like. And when I say show, I mean like the entirety of the show. Like, even like, like the sequel shows, like that's part of the whole thing. I'm not gonna say it separately, right? Um, and honestly, guys, I think in order to watch, season 8 going forward with the current stuff, you have to watch the Ninjago movie. That's just my personal preference. Like, to me, that's always been like a big debate because, like, literally the movie comes right after season 7 because, again, season 7 was the end of an arc there. Because, again, there's time travel involved, They even mention it in the beginning of season 8, right? I think with season 8, that's when things started to be more serious, right? That's like the seasons 8 through 10 didn't have like a theme song, like different theme songs, right? Like, but with season 11, they went back to it. I'm not caught up with some of the other ones. Like, I think I stopped with 13. Like, I've listened to 14 and 15's intros a little bit, but like, I haven't heard anything as of late, you know? I'm just happy that Kirby Morrow got an arc finally before his passing, and all of us can agree, like in the community, like even though we didn't know the guy personally, it felt I can't get the words out. It feels like we've lost a really good friend, like because honestly, when somebody mentions Kirby Morrow, you think of Cole, right? Like you don't think of any other roles that he's played, or like just Cole, right? Um, Technically, Day of the Departed was kind of like his. Well, it was his thing, right? It was his special, right? But that didn't count as a season. Like honestly, we all thought Day of the Departed was going to be a season, right? Honestly, I'm happy that it worked as a special because honestly, trying to work that into like a 10 episode season would not work. Like honestly, I think every episode would have to focus on one villain. And honestly, guys, I think yeah, because they had this trend for a little while. I think starting with season 4, they had this trend of like each season going forward with 10 episodes, right? Like I think with Day of the Departed, if it were to be a season, technically that would have been season 7, right? As we all predicted back in the good old glory days. I'm trying to think. How many? There's so many villains. Like honestly, that maybe that could have been a 6 episode season, maybe 8. Um, because what if, again, hypothetically speaking, what if they added like 2 more episodes to that, right? Like they dealt with the villains. Now it's going to be a 2-part arc, right? Like all the villains have. Well, in our eyes, they've reunited, but like they've united for the first time on screen, right? Like, again, honestly, that won't work as a season. Like, I'm happy that it worked out as a special. I know a lot of people don't like it. I certainly love it. I especially love the suits that the ninja wear. Yeah. Obviously, the old designs of the ninja will always be like the real OGs. Even when I knew when they got the Ninjago movie inspired looks going forward with the later seasons, like I knew they weren't going to top um, the OGs. Maybe to you guys, with season 8 going forward, maybe the movie designs kind of like gave the movie a redemption, right? To you guys, right? Because like I said, I love the movie. That is my all-time favorite Lego movie, and disappointing to find out later on that um, there's not going to be a Ninjago movie too. You know, at least I'm happy that it's not part of the canon of the show, right? But again, like I said, this is just my opinion. You guys don't have to agree with me. I'm not expecting you to, but in order to watch season 8, you gotta watch the movie to get better context, right? Like, sure, for those of us who've been in the community long enough, like we've all seen season 8, right? Like when they mention like time travel, like we get it. We knew what happened in season 7. They don't really show anything off screen, but it's kind of a good thing too because it'd be a lot to process. So like telling something that happened off screen is a lot better. Um, And I still need to watch seasons 9 through 10. Honestly, I don't have Netflix, but I can buy the seasons off of Vudu, right? Speaking of which, of the seasons, physical media for it. I still try to preach this every now and again with Ninjago physical media. I'm thinking like, was there a lack of like DVD buyouts over the years, especially with the last season, like season 8? Because I have everything. I have everything on DVD, even season 2 on Blu-ray. Unfortunately, besides the movie, season 2 was the only thing from the series that we ever got on Blu-ray, right? And that is a huge deal breaker. Plus, all 13 episodes are jammed onto that disc because we all know with most of the seasons they've got like with DVDs you got 2 discs, right? With season 3, correct me if I'm wrong on this, guys. From what I've heard from season 3, like I guess something went wrong when they were trying to get the DVDs out, plural. That's why they released them as separate timelines, right? Like, we got the first 4 episodes of season 3 on DVD, later 2014, and then early 2015 we got the last 4. Honestly, if Warner Brothers was really having issues, they should have waited to release a 2-disc DVD. Or this is just my theory, guys, but you can confirm it for me. Were they kind of hesitant to release a season 3? Because honestly, guys, in my personal opinion, I thought it was done with season 2. I thought it had like a satisfying conclusion, right? But each season kept getting better, minus season 5. But like, yeah, each season it kept getting better and better. As long as you're making good stories, I think you have every valid reason to continue the series, right? Yeah, I remember season 2 being such a big deal, especially with the Lego sets. I want to talk about this. Like, I don't want to leave this out, but I want to get back onto the physical media aspect of it, and then I want to focus on this topic here. Honestly, if you guys want my personal opinion about Ninjago DVDs, I think they should have stopped with season 10. Like, continue releasing the DVDs, like, release season 9, season 10, and then stop right there because, again, Netflix has had a past with releasing almost everything of their originals on physical media, whether it's Blu-ray, DVD, like, if they knew that the DVD sales weren't doing so well, they could just be like, okay, we'll release seasons 9 and 10 and then we're done. Like, seasons 11 through 15 are going to be a Netflix exclusive. Again, guys, like, high in demand, supply and demand, like, if I was, like, the guy making DVDs at Warner Brothers, like, I would definitely release 9 and 10 on DVD for sure. Again, unless if they're planning to release a box set, I highly doubt it. Honestly, if they were to release some sort of box set, they have to do it. It has to be separate box sets, right? So, release it starting with the pilot, ending it with 10. Of course, don't include the movie, unless if they want to add it as a bonus. Box set number 2, release the Netflix stuff, right? And box set number 3, with this new series they're going for, like, again, it's part of the continuity, just release another box set. I haven't heard anything yet, but guys, is that being run by Netflix, or is that being run by somebody else? Like, I don't care. Like, if I'm going to continue getting Ninjago sets, it will be the old style, right? And I have a few sets in mind that I definitely want to get for sure. Sure, it's going to cost a lot of money, but, like, I'm not in a rush to get them right away. Yeah, I was very disappointed to find out that they weren't continuing Ninjago DVDs in general. 2020 was a milestone for me to get everything Ninjago physically, right? I even have like all the DS games, right? Like, but the Shadow of Ronin, guys, I add that to the collection because it is canon, guys. Again, if you go into season 5, Ronin, like, they already know him. They don't need like a proper introduction of the character. Like, if you played the game or if you watched all the cutscenes, like, yeah, like, we don't already need to know the character in season 5. Like, they reference events from the game, so that's why after season 4 you put Shadow of Ronin between like 4 and 5, and again the story makes so much sense, right? Okay, now I want to talk about this. I have talked about this a couple of times too, and it's not completely off the table. Like, I think they could do this. So, in a way, it could be a reboot, but most of us in the community, we want a live action Ninjago. Think about that, guys. Like, think about like how Ninjago could work in our world, right? Like, obviously, the main show is on Earth. It was just basically it's an island, you know. Like it's. Imagine putting it in a live action setting, and they would put it on a map, right? But it could be close. It could be close to like China or Japan, you know, like whatever else you could think of. Like, I could see that happening, and I thought of a lot of like what outlets could take them. Like, honestly, I don't want the CW to take this because they would wreck that if they were to put it in motion. I could definitely see it being as like a Netflix project. You know, some projects like that go to Netflix. Although it won't be too bad to see it like on Amazon Prime. You know, I don't watch a lot of Amazon Prime shows, but like, I'm still looking forward to the Spider-Man Noir show that's coming on Amazon Prime. But like, who knows if they could get a live-action Ninjago show on Amazon Prime? That could be pretty cool too. And they need to cast like really good actors to play the characters. Like, and of course, if it were to be a reboot, which, you know, it would be, they would have to change the story up a bit. Like, obviously not stray away from the source material. Like, okay, this is what I liked about the movie, right? Like I said before, it's not canon to the main show, but like they didn't stray away from the source material, right? Like they got almost everything right. But like they didn't in the movie, they didn't take everything seriously because it's a kids movie, right? Like, I don't know, in a live action setting that you would want to, I guess, reintroduce Lloyd like as the same age as the ninja, like they did in the movie, or just do it in the original show fashion, like introduce the ninja but have like a different plot. Like, don't kidnap Nia, and, like, introduce Lloyd later on. Like, maybe introduce Lloyd, but he is the same age as the ninja, but he's more of, like, a brat, like a spoiled kid. Like, he didn't grow up with his parents, right? Like, we gotta keep that. Like, he grew up in the, School for Bad Boys. I don't remember the original name, but I'm sure it'll come back to me, guys. But like, keep that. I would have Misako visit him every once in a while for the school stuff, but then he would still be upset, like why Misako didn't really visit him a lot from time to time. Right? Is maybe it could be like a once a month type deal, like checking on him, like, hey, how's my kid doing, like that type of thing, right? But Garmadon, you have to make him really scary, really intense in live action. I really love Season 8 took a big risk with this. Remember when I said like Season 8 going forward, like they took a lot of things seriously, almost like in a mature state. Um, Lego got away with showing a little bit of Garmadon's rib cage, showing purple blood. Like, yes, yes, Lego cannot be afraid to take risks, to be mature in those areas. Like, obviously, it wouldn't be a mature show, but like, it's like the original X-Men animated show that came out in the 90s. Like, sure, it was a kid's cartoon, but it was way ahead of its time. It was like more mature, like, for the show, right? Like, so why can't you do that with Lego, right? Like, obviously Lego is meant to be like this innocent product for kids to play with, but guess what? Us 18 plus, or AFOLs, if you will, adult fans of Lego, like, we love our Legos too, right? Like, we have no problems with, like, 18 plus stuff, or like 18 plus Lego sets, like, especially like the architecture sets. I don't have those, but like, maybe I could get my hands on one of them. Or like really intense / graphic minifigures that have been shown in normal kid sets, right? Like, even as a kid getting into Lego over the years, I had no problem with that. Like, I was like, yeah, I like this. This is what I want. Who knows if they could? Who knows if they can make like PG-13 Lego movies, right? Like, that could be kind of funny. Honestly, Warner Brothers, they could still make another Ninjago movie. It's just not in the same style like the other movies, right? Like, that one would be a reboot for sure. Because obviously it wouldn't be a continuation to the first movie, so what will be the point of that, right? Yeah, just when I look back on Ninjago, like the early days, I just remember like things being so simple, and I remembered 2012 came around, and there was this mystery, like, oh, who's the Green Ninja? Like, that was a big deal, and like, I'm so happy to this day that I have 2 original spinners, right? Like, those were so popular. Why did they stop? Does anyone have a definitive answer to that? Why Lego stopped making the spinners? Again, they kind of brought them back, but with the Air Jitsu stuff, like the pole thing, and then they fly up in the air, like the ones back in 2015. Like, I'm thinking, like, is this like our new hope for spinners? Like, because at that point, it had been like 3 years since we got the spinners, right? Like, again, the Air Jitsu stuff was the closest thing we got. Oh, I can't leave this out. I remember 2018, right? 2018 brought back spinners. For season 8, and they did add Movie Lloyd into that batch. Kind of like, maybe they had some recyclable Lloyd figures. Like, you know what? Let's put him in this spinner here. Like, okay, so at this point in time, it has been 6 years since we've seen those spinners. So I thought 2015 was last year. Nope. Maybe it's a thing that they have to bring on every few years, right? Like, hey, the fans want the spinners back. Like, let's give them to them, right? So, I would like to get an original spinner boxed set, if you will, a package, and see what it was like. Bring on the 2011, 2012 nostalgic memories, right? Even have like that spinner table where you kind of have like tournaments on them, like, oh, who's gonna win? Like, man, I really wanted to play that game so bad. Like, the fact that you had cards in there too, and like the commercials, like, they always hyped them up, and you had the boys go, yeah, like, that was always my favorite part whenever You had like, I guess, yeah, preteens, and Lego commercials, and they make them sound like they're hitting puberty like very early on. Like, yeah, let's go. Like, that was one of my dreams, like to be in a Lego commercial and just do that. Like, oh man, you know. I mean, hey, that one's not completely off the table. You know, like if they need somebody to do a Lego commercial, like, hey, I'll be your guy. You know. My goodness. Um. I don't know what else to say, guys. I mean, I just kind of like want to vent a little bit, right? Like a good vent. Like I want to make sure this was like a good positive video on Ninjago, right? Like again, I love reliving those moments. Like I get that nostalgia factor back. Like man, I just remember like being like, a preteen to a teenager enjoying Ninjago. Um, like man, this this franchise leaves me speechless. It's, you could tell a couple times in this video, like and of course, I do want to bring that hype back, you know, because we're pretty much veterans of the old Ninjago to this point, right? Like sure, yeah, some of the latest stuff from Ninjago last couple of years have been pretty cool, but honestly, I think the sets were just degrading too. Like, it was hard for me to keep up with the series. Like, and the sad part is that when Netflix took over with that, they just made these like kind of like shorts. Like they didn't feel like episodes; they were in parts. Like almost like volumes. Like sure, they still count in seasons, but I don't remember watching a series, especially like a season where it just has like mini episodes, right? Like I mean, the closest I've been to was 2003's Clone Wars, right? But with the DVDs or like when you watch them on Disney Plus, you can't really pinpoint or tell like where the episodes have stopped. Like, sure, there's a couple of them I could kind of notice, but like, I really wish I was more aware of those shorts back in 2003 through 2005. Of course, the real OGs, the real veterans of 2003's Clone Wars, who've seen it like physically on Cartoon Network, they will know because they did start as like 3-minute like episodes and then expand them to like 5 minutes. Like with the movies, they made them so much better because I know there were some people on social media in the last couple of years that like, how they go? Like, you don't know what's been like waiting every week to see the new episode of 2003's Clone Wars. Like, yes, I don't know. Like, they were really short. Like, it would drive you crazy to think like, that was it? I want more. I need more, right? And obviously, these episodes were leading up to Revenge of the Sith. Like, those were the good old days, right? Again, I wish I was more aware of this, you know? I really wish I could have gotten into Star Wars at least at the age of 5, you know? Like, 2005 was a great year, like, but of course, I don't remember much, but, like, there's a lot of good movies that came out of it, like, jeez. So yeah, I guess this is pretty much what I want to talk about, guys. Again, just express my opinions on Ninjago in general. Like, I pretty much covered mostly everything, you know, from what I can remember. But how do you guys feel about the show now? And do you still collect the Lego sets? Like, I mean, hey, whatever opinions you have about Ninjago, I will respect them. Okay, because again, I'm at that age where I'm just like, you know what? I need to listen to everybody's opinions about certain things. Right? Again, Ninjago is one of them, right? I would want to hear in the comments, guys, like how you got into Ninjago and how much it meant to you, and if you're still going on, and if you're passing that on to your kids now. Like, those are the kind of stories I want to hear. Like I'm trying to, like, you know, interact with the community, right? Like, trying to bring things back to light, you know. And if you miss OG Ninjago 2, again, you're not alone, because again, I miss OG Ninjago, you know. And I thought, with season 7 being the decent season, with ending of that era, I miss that old design, you know. I miss those old designs. I can understand why they had to replace Jillian Michaels with the new voice actor. I still don't remember his name for season 8 going forward, but like, he's done a really good job with Lloyd, for sure. But I know most of us, we still want Jillian Michaels to come back. She's a really great voice actress. Like, she really knew how to voice the character. Again, I'm not saying that the new guy doesn't know, because he's been doing this for 6 years now. Yeah. Alright, that's all I have to say. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Please turn on post notification bell and share my content if you haven't already. And tell me in the comments, guys, do you want more stories like this? Like, honestly, I feel like I can make another video talking about Lego in general, like how my childhood was like with Lego, how it left a big impact on me, and I'm still collecting Legos to this day. Like, yeah, there's still some old classic sets, especially from my era, like, I still want to buy. You know, I was lucky to get a couple in the last couple of years, but like, there's definitely quite a lot more. But like I said, this crap takes a lot of time and money, and you can't put all your eggs in one basket. And believe me, guys, I wish I had a separate room to display all my Legos. Right now, I'm in the process of attempting to build all my Lego sets again. I've already got 3 down. There's still a lot more to go. And most of those sets include little sets. So it's not going to be easy. I have to put this crap away every time that I pull these up, because, again, I wish I could get this done today. Like, but there's only so much you could do. Yeah. So, again, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for May the Lord be with you guys. Always love, guys. Peace out, guys. And remember, Ninja never quit. Alright, you guys have a good night. Bye, guys.